Alright, so in this video I'm gonna show to you how I got my credit card debt and how I paid it full. And let me just say that when I got my credit card, I was actually very young, and amazingly, I was so stupid. I was young and naive, and because of that I was able to make uninformed decisions that led me to my dilemma of hefty amount of credit card debts, and that really led me to a lot of problems after that. So I got my credit card during the time when I was working as an internal auditor. I was so excited with the prospect of having a credit card because of my office mates back then. They also told me it was great and convenient to own a credit card. Story short, I applied and got approved quickly. The only big ticket item I bought for myself was a smartphone. After that, someone very close to me asked me if I could lend her some money to start up a business. Of course, because she was close to me, I said yes. Sadly, she wasn't able to pay off the amount, and I still had to pay off my credit card debts. And this is where the stupid came in. I paid only the minimum monthly fees required to keep my credit card open, and so that's what I did. Very stupid of me. I didn't really know any better. Long story short, times came when I already failed to pay my monthly dues for the credit card on time because there were other bills and stuff to pay off. My income was diverted for other stuff, and so my monthly dues became ignored, and I thought that that was okay. Then I started receiving demand letters from collection agencies, and demand letters after demand letters came to my mailbox. If I remember it right, it was after a few months of non-payment when I got my first demand letter from the collecting agency. Apparently, my account was being written off and sent for the collecting agency to take care of. They sent me a letter demanding me to pay. That sent me to the moon and back. I was so shocked and distraught, of course. That was my first time to receive that kind of letter, and to my chagrin, I couldn't do anything about it. In short, I really couldn't pay the whole thing. I was so afraid and so embarrassed. I didn't call the bank simply because I was afraid to do it and I didn't know what to do. I also didn't reply to the collecting agency because they were already sending me letters signed by an attorney. And I was so afraid and quivering inside. I was just, I had no money. My bank was already, I didn't have any savings and no cash. Basically, I had no money to pay. Alright, fast forward to 2017, which was 9 years and 7 months since my last payment for the monthly dues. That was a long time ago, and I had to settle my account. I figured out from a common friend that my credit card debt still popped up when you search my name in the credit card system. It's not what you think, but suffice it to say that I got an information that my credit card was still alive and kicking. It was still there. I really thought that, time and I would just really forget about it and it would just go away. And to my chagrin, and then I really found it the hard way, I really thought that time can help. Yeah, but sadly, only time can heal wounds, and only wounds, not credit card debts. So that's what happened, I was just trying to live my life and I thought I could forget about it, and yeah, honestly, I forgot about my debt. So when I figured it was still there, I had to think of a way and, a fast and quick thing to figure something out. And I researched about 3 things. First, I researched on credit card debts and how to pay them off. I had to scour the internet blogs that talked about the matter. I really had to do some research. Number 2, after finding a truly helpful webpage, which I found over the internet, I had to muster every bit of courage to go to the bank, call the credit card department, and introduce myself. And the third one is, I had a goal to get a debt reconstruction so that I can get much more favorable way of paying my debts. I wanted to talk to the credit card department. Yep. So when I went to the bank, we were told to just call the department we were trying to reach, and we did that, and we were like ping pong balls trying to, send to another department, another phone call, but I had to follow the instructions, so I did follow the instruction. We called through the phone and we talked to this person, and she was the manager of the credit collection department of the bank. I immediately stated the reason for my call, and she was gracious enough to acknowledge me and started to validate or confirm my identity by asking the usual questions about my profile. After her questioning, I then asked her how much my total balance was. And I was so shocked to note it's 275,506 and 10 cents. My wife and I almost collapsed when we heard that amount, but then I reminded her of my desire to pay off the debt, but that it was impossible for me to pay such amount. I told her if we could arrive at a favorable way to reconstruct my debt or to work on an amount which we could, be able to pay right away. And she was able to maybe compute on her end. The lady acknowledged me and she gave me 22,961 pesos and 51 cents. And I was just so happy, just wow. I thought it was impossible, but yes, it was 22,000. Yay! I was just so happy. I told her, ma'am, I know it's very generous of you to offer me the amount instead of a big one, but can we lower it some more? Just to negotiate, and asked her that. And yes, I threw her a low ball of 15,000, and she said the system can't allow me to get 15,000. So she told me, sir, how about 20,000? Is that, okay for you? This is the last item or figure I could give you. Long story short, I agreed. I told her, ma'am, to be honest, I can't pay that in one go. Can we talk about terms or payment schemes? Yeah. So, she said it was possible, and she gave me a deadline of March 15 to allow posting. Long story short, I was able to save on the money, and I was able to pay 20,000 pesos before March 15, and I was just so ecstatic. I'm credit card debt free, and she also gave me instructions to have a clearance after a week. And yeah, I learned a lot from this, you guys. The real reason, and this is the real reason that I paid 200 plus pesos, because I was able to negotiate. So there you go, guys. I am not saying that credit cards are bad. It's how you handle them, and I take full responsibility for everything that happened. I'm just so happy now that I've learned a lot and I was able to pay off my debts, and I'm free from credit card debts. So that's my being transparent, and yeah, I hope you learned from my story. Please use your credit card wisely. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.